They said we're supposed to get a crazy storm this Sunday, like snow. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah.
But they be lying, bro.
I'm not excited.
You know what?
Excited.
Excited?
At all.
I don't know what to believe with this weather, Mark. Yo, before we even get into it, one time I was supposed to go skydiving.
Yeah. And
me and my friend Ned, we booked the whole thing. We paid like the $50 deposit. And this was like a few years back. And that whole week, like at work, everybody's hyping up this hurricane that's supposed to happen that weekend. So the skydiving place ends up calling us and they canceled the trip. Like they canceled the whole day because of the weather. Mm-hmm. So they gave us back our deposit and shit. The day comes around, bro. It's sunny, not a cloud in the sky. I was like, what? So I took that as a sign. I was like, let me not go skydiving then. Maybe I'm not meant to.
Here, VA?
Yeah, this was VA. Yeah.
Classic VA weather.
Because, I really wanted to go skydiving because I was filming a video at this airport one time, I think in Suffolk, and as we were leaving, we caught the skydivers landing. Yeah. Like they landed like right next to us. It was like a fence and they were like right there. So that's my first time in life seeing like people land skydiving like up close, and it looked easy.
Yeah.
I was like, that shit looks fun. Like, let me try it.
I guarantee there's more to it than just...
No, definitely. Yeah, you got to go through the whole class. Like, you can't just do it by yourself.
Yeah.
My friend Johnny actually did he lives in LA. He's a Bosnian guy too. He got his whole certification like for skydiving solo now.
Yeah. Because you got to have a person on your back, right?
Yeah. You got to have a dude on your back.
Yeah.
Real close. Like, you tied up.
Yeah.
Like, you front to back, tied up. How you doing? What's good, bro? Thanks for coming through, man.
For sure.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's an honor.
I'm honored to have you, man. I was like, so I've been following City on my chest for a while.
Yeah.
And when I booked you for the pod, I'm be honest, I didn't even go to your page like to do research on everything else you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is the guy from City on my chest.
Yeah.
I seen his store in the mall, like it's fire.
Yeah.
But then I go look on your page and like you do a lot of stuff, bro.
Yeah.
I had to write it down. I wrote down you do national recruiting you're a national recruiting analyst for Sports Illustrated.
Yep.
You do your own, like, I don't know if you call it a podcast where you kind of evaluate, it's called a Reamon Report, where you evaluate like high school sports and stuff and help families navigate CFB. I want to know what that is. Mm-hmm. You're a former NFL scout.
Yep.
And are you Mike Vick's assistant coach?
Yes and no.
Yeah?
So I was helping him out on the scouting side last year.
So scouting is like just finding talent?
Yeah. Not actually coaching, but I find the talent. Yeah.
How does that go for you? So you just like go to different high schools? Like what do you look for, I guess?
It's traits. So meaning first, height, weight, speed. The first thing you look for. Is he tall enough? Is he fast enough? Is he big enough? Second of all, is he good enough? And that's where the kind of discrepancy starts because everybody thinks
that they're good enough.
I'm like that. So like my Twitter DM, I literally get probably 100 messages a day from kids like, hey, recruit me. Versus my day, my coach identified if you were good enough to kind of go to that level. Well, now, no gatekeepers.
No gatekeepers.
So everybody thinks, I could play on the college level, and it's not so much.
Well, I guess people are naturally talented, but does work ethic play a role in that?
Absolutely.
Because, can't somebody be... two kids can be the same level right now. Yeah. One's naturally talented, one's working hard. Yeah. But this guy just works way harder and eventually it just outpaces this guy.
You see guys all the time that's naturally gifted, and then you have a kid that's not as talented, but he'll outwork that kid every day. So it's like, give me that kid. It's tough. It's a hard job.
So that's your role at NSU right now?
It was.
Oh, so you're not there anymore?
When I took on Sports Illustrated, I had to leave.
You had to leave NSU?
Yeah, because imagine if I wrote an article about you and then I signed you at NSU. That's illegal.
It's like a conflict of interest?
Yeah, you can't do that.
Well, I guess, isn't it for two different things? Like
exactly the same thing.
Because if you're helping someone to get to NSU college football, I get it. I guess you could favor somebody and like get them to the team.
Yeah.
But I guess
it's an unfair advantage. If I wrote a crazy article about you, hyping you up, and then signed you to the school that I'm at, everybody else would be pissed off.
Well, you do that once or twice with the guy that doesn't deserve it, and you lose all your credibility.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. I would do it to the guy I know who's good enough to try to beat out another school. Like, yo, they're not going to put you in Sports Illustrated. I am. So, yeah, that can't go hand in hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, let's maybe back up a little bit. I do want to get into all these things that you do.
Yep.
Maybe we can just start with City on my chest. Was that your first venture where your name started kind of getting known out here? Because that's when I found out about you.
It's crazy depending on, when you discovered me, what you know me for. Because I've been doing football my whole life, and then I meet somebody and they're like, yo, you City on my chest. And I was like, yo, I just bust my butt to make it to the league as a scout. And it's like, nah, you City on my chest. So technically it is, but it's not. Because I think of myself as a football guy first. And then City on my chest it was always there, but it blew up kind of around that COVID year.
So maybe we can start there then. So tell us about just coming up a bit, getting into football, and I guess leading up to being a scout for the NFL.
So I was born into a football family. My pops, rest in peace, passed away last year.
Sorry for your loss.
Yeah, he coached 40 years. He played in the league back in the day, and he also was Vick's high school coach. So I've known Mike since I was 4 or 5.
At Warwick?
Yep.
I went to Warwick.
Actually, Ferguson first and then Warwick.
He followed Mike Vick to work, or he was just going to go there anyways?
My dad took the job, and Mike and the whole team followed him.
What?
Yeah. Okay. So that's a 30-plus relationship with Mike. Along with him, he had another guy called Aaron Brooks. He played for the Saints back in the day.
I feel like I've heard of him.
Yeah, he was legit. He was legit, and he just kept me around the game. So my whole life was like sports. It was nothing about fashion. This whole City on my chest wave was something new for me. Never had like dreams of doing a brand or nothing like that. But I wanted to make it to the league, played in college. I went to ODU, didn't make it to the league, and it was like, now what? But in college, that's where the T-shirt journey started. I literally made a T-shirt to match. Matter of fact, to match some 12s. The all black with the blue check on the blue little piece on the side. I made a black tee with like a baby blue logo, a TR logo for my initials.
This is when you were in college?
College, I did that just to match my J's. But that kind of started the T-shirt journey for me. Fast forward, I'm about to graduate from college, and I'm a big Lil Wayne fan, right?
Yeah.
And the Carter 3, Mega Man, Carter 4, Carter 3, one of those. He had a line that said, I go so hard, I go so mean, I'm so New Orleans. I used to say, I'm so Newport News. And I said, I'm going to put that on the shirt just randomly, right? So I'm making my shirt on custom ink. And at the time, the girl I was dated walked in and said, yo, that shirt sucks. Like, crushed me, right?
Okay.
I X out, close my computer, forget about it. 2 years later, I'm like, I'm making that Newport News shirt. I make the shirt. I come back home. I'm coaching now at UVA. I come back home.
Got that boy Daddy here. What up, bro? How you doing, man?
Bucks, Daddy. I come back home to...
You can stay with bro back there if you want. Yeah.
I come back home to Palace on Plume was jumping at the time in Norfolk.
What is that?
You young.
I'm 30, so it might be a few things.
Y'all know what Palace? Daddy, you know what Palace? Okay, Daddy know about Palace.
Is that a club?
It was a club.
Okay.
Not on Granby, I think Plume Street, Palace on Plume. I wore the shirt to Palace that night, and everybody was like, ooh. When you get that reaction, it's like, ooh. And all it said was, I'm so Newport News. And,
it wasn't the whole lyric.
It wasn't the whole. Yeah,
it was just
literally, I'm so Newport News.
So they started saying you got the city on your chest.
Not even. It was just, I had no name for it. I was just a custom city guy, T-shirt guy. So I started making Hampton, Virginia Beach, Norfolk. City on my chest, the name didn't come about to probably like 2 years into me doing that. I'm on the phone with a friend of mine, and we're trying to think of a name, and he literally was just repeating, I'm putting the city on my chest. I'm putting the city on my chest. And I said, you know what? That's it. And he was like, what? I said, city on my chest. So the name is a little unorthodox, but when you hear it, it sticks with you, and it kind of makes sense when you see it. We've evolved and grown just from custom T-shirts, but the name I think it's like a Nike name. It's one of a kind.
It's one of a kind because usually people will say I got the city on my back.
Yeah.
Right? That's like the saying.
Rap lyric I hear all the time.
So this starts from a shirt that you're making and the girl you're dating at the time says it's trash. You get to UVA, you're coaching there.
Yeah.
You make the Newport News one. That evolves into that.
Yeah.
So while you're coaching at UVA, is that before you became a scout for the NFL?
Yeah, so that's around the year 2012. I get with the Saints 2017, 2018. So I got 5 years just on the college level. I did an internship with the Steelers in 2013 but officially
to be a scout.
I actually work both sides, coaching and scouting. So I came on as a coach, and then Mike T, you know, he's from the area. Him and my dad was close. He was like, yo, go down and holler at the general manager, spend some time with him. You might be in that department one day. And I'm just like, all right, cool. So that was my first introduction to scouting, not knowing that years later I was going to be officially a scout.
So you got these positions kind of from, I guess, some connections you had with people that knew people.
And reaching out. Coaching is a networking business that's tough to get into. So somebody got to know who you are or be familiar with you. So it won't always be, hey, that's my boy, but I got to be somewhat familiar to let you into. It's like a fraternity.
Well, I guess coaching, being on the coaching side and on the scout side, what drew you more to the scout side?
I think just opportunity. It's hard as hell to move up, and then you find yourself, you know, trying to find a way. And I saw what those guys were doing, and I'm like, shit, I could do that. And opportunity presented itself, and I said, hey, I want to work in the league, so that's what it was. In my heart, I was more of a coach, but the opportunity said, hey, come scout, which ultimately what I'm doing now, with the bio you just read, I'm back to the scouting side, so everything came full circle.
Well, I guess we started off the episode, you're telling us some things that you look for in a player if you're scouting them.
Yeah.
Is there times where, like, what do you see a person may be lacking the most? Like, let's say somebody has the whole package, but they're lacking this one thing. What's usually that thing?
Speed. Can't buy speed.
I guess you can't buy any of those traits, though.
That is true.
You know,
I guess it's the hardest one.
Technically, height you can now. Maybe pull up one of those height surgeries.
It's a guy.
You know those? Have you seen those height surgeries?
Like grew 7 inches.
Yo, I remember when those first came out a few years ago, and like you never see anybody like fully healed from it. You know, like where they cut your shin bone.
Yeah.
Like nobody ever healed from it, but I think now it's been a few years, so like people are actually healing now and like running and doing stuff.
That's crazy.
I don't know if you still like trust your legs like to kick somebody or to do some intense sports, maybe like football.
Walking, I'm not trying anything. Just pure. I'm walking.
Yeah, a lot of you know sports and like athletic things. You got to be gifted with a certain body type, man.
Yeah.
Like work ethic can, you know, play a role in a lot of things. You still got to work hard.
Yeah.
But some people are just built for that, man.
Yeah, a lot of people come out the womb. We used to say you came out D3. A lot of people come out D1. It's kind of like naturally you got it. You can work on some things, but some people just got it.
Maybe just to switch to a bit of the business side of NFL or whatever sports league we're talking about. Do you notice that they're, I don't want to say struggling, but like trying to figure out a way to adapt to this new way that people are watching it? Like I know the NFL just did a deal with Netflix, I think. Yeah. Like people aren't watching TV like they used to.
They're not.
Like what are people saying behind the scenes about that?
I'm frustrated because I feel like every week a game comes on a different channel. Like even for the national championship, I had to download, was it Fobo, the app?
Fubu? I say Fubu got an app now.
But I think it's Fobo, Fubo.
I'm not hit, okay.
Yeah, that's what I watched the national championship game on. And I'm like, why every time I want to watch a game, I got to download, you know, Netflix, Fobo, freaking Hulu. It's crazy. So for a while, I'm like, I catch the highlights on my phone, but I'm not buying another app. I put my foot down.
Yeah, they got everybody out here just buying. Everybody has, it's like 10 different things. If you want to watch everything, you got to get like 10 different subscriptions. What's this, Karen? This the prices of the different apps? Oh, so like one is baseball, one is...
Yeah.
Oh, it's just Fubo?
How do you pronounce it? Am I tripping?
I've never even seen this Fubo thing. Oh, it is Fubo. Never seen that before in my life.
Yeah, I'll put you on.
I'll be honest, bro. These days, I don't really watch sports like that. Like when I was coming up, I played football. I played C American. Okay. Isn't it like C American and C National? Yep. I think I played C American. So whatever age that is, maybe like 10 something like that. At that time, I was really into football. So the last time I was really watching NFL was when Donovan McNabb was the quarterback of the Eagles. That was my prime time.
Yeah, watching football.
Yeah,
Donovan McNabb. That's crazy.
And like, I don't know, like I'm honestly surprised that with like how everything else in culture changes, like everything shifts. People love new things. They forget about things. I'm impressed at how the sports organizations have kept interest up in these things.
It's tough. And I feel like being behind the scenes, you hear articles about, viewership is low. But as a whole, I think they figured it out. And I feel like, you didn't make $1 billion. You only made $900 million. I'm like, what really are we talking about? But as a whole, I definitely think, sports, the NBA and the NFL, they reign above the rest of them. I'm not really a baseball guy, so I don't know what those numbers look like. But I do know for football and basketball, they're still, primetime Christmas deals and all this other stuff. So,
I mean, I can imagine that sports is probably the thing it's the most watched thing on TV right now. Because nobody's really watching the news like that.
Yeah.
Most of people's favorite shows are on these platforms like we're talking about on the internet.
Unless
so sports might be the last like saving grace of
unless you're a reality TV type of guy.
I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah, me either.
I never really was into that. They actually just dropped a new, remember Fear Factor?
Yeah.
With Joe Rogan?
I still pull up old YouTube episodes of Fear Factor.
They just dropped a whole new one, and the host is Johnny Knoxville.
Okay.
And I watched the first episode with my girl the other night, but it seems like they made it more into like a reality show.
Yeah,
it's like a reality show vibe, and then like they do the challenges, and then they like go back to the house.
Okay.
Which it was kind of cool, I guess.
I feel like that's what the times require. You have to go back to like a house in reality TV now.
Yeah,
are they fighting and arguing? And
were they fighting? It was a little bit of beef in that first episode because this one dude was like he picked the girl that was gonna go into this challenge, and he knew that she hated snakes. And like there were snakes in it, and like so he kind of like did her dirty by making her go into it and was like talking shit to her the whole time. So there was an element of that. But me, I've never really been that guy to care for drama like that. Like I don't need to see drama for you to sell me something.
Would you go on Fear Factor?
Hell no, I'm good.
Same.
I'm good.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm good.
And, I try to promote myself and make money with doing this type of stuff, but there's definitely a line that I won't cross. Like I don't care about money that much or fame that much to be out here eating bugs and eating roaches and shit. Yeah. So you're at UVA.
Yep.
You get this T-shirt idea.
Yep.
That goes well. You end up you get this connection. Your dad tells you to go to the general admissions office, general manager office.
Mike Tomlin told me to go holler at the GM, general manager.
Who's Mike Tomlin? You kind of mentioned him. Who is that?
He's the head coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Well, was the head coach. He just stepped down. He was there for 19 years. Never had a losing season. So he's done a great job coaching in the league. But he's from here, went to Denby High School, played at William and Mary, and a prominent coach in the NFL.
You hear people talk about the importance that Virginia creatives have had on like music and culture and fashion, but sports as well.
Yes.
We know
we don't get enough credit.
We know like the Mike Vicks, the Allen Iversons, but like you're mentioning people that are behind the scenes that I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Like who are some other people that have had legendary runs in like athletics from out here?
I think, somebody like Lawrence Taylor, who's from Williamsburg. People call him like the greatest linebacker of all time. Like it's kind of unanimous. And you never hear that he's from the 757. Or like a Bruce Smith, all-time sack leader in the NFL. From Norfolk, he's from the 757. And it's kind of just crazy that we produce so much that greats like that get overlooked. And a random fact, you eat peanuts?
Yeah.
Mr. Peanut Man?
Mr. Peanut Man?
On the can. Mr. Peanut Man.
Okay.
He's from the crib. He's from the 7-5.
The actual guy that was based off a real character or the person that created that brand?
Yeah, Suffolk. It came from Suffolk.
Look that up, Karen. Mr. Peanut Man?
I just call him the Peanut Man. You've seen him with the top hat and the glass with the one eye.
I think I know what you're talking about, but let me see.
If you ever ate peanuts,
that company was founded
here.
Here, okay.
Or even, you ready for this?
Let me see the picture. Yeah.
Freaking Pocahontas.
The Native American girl?
Yes, from the crib.
Well, I mean, yeah.
She
really from the crib. That's before any
I'm
of
just
us.
saying though, like imagine.
No,
like,
she would say we're from her crib.
Facts, but the point is like,
oh yeah, that's fire.
Yeah,
I just saw. I said it started in 1916.
But it's just like things like that of like legendary. Every kid knows the Pocahontas Disney movie, and it's like, yo, she from right down the road, and it's like.
Well, that's part of our culture that doesn't get talked about as well as like the fucking country started here.
Yeah, facts.
Was it the original 13 colonies?
Yeah,
bro.
And a law didn't get passed unless Virginia agreed. The other 12 could be like, yeah, let's do this, and the VA didn't. It's like VA kind of a big deal.
It is.
VA
But
is kind of a big deal.
what I always say, bro, is like I feel like the country is ran from Virginia, right? But they don't want too much attention on it. Like this is where the CIA is. This is where like all the like a lot of the military stuff is here. So like they want to keep it low key.
Big military. And what's crazy, I think of VA as sports. I go other places. They be like, oh, Virginia 757. Oh yeah, military. And I'm like, I guess. And then when you really think about it, I'm like, nah, the military is super deep here. So,
bro, this is I want to say the biggest naval station in the country, maybe the world, and it's one of two naval stations that work on nuclear power or nuclear submarines, something like that. So this is definitely a target.
Yeah.
If World War III goes off,
something goes down.
like they're probably going to, aim this way.
We in harm's way, definitely.
So I guess at this point in the story, you were bouncing between coach and scout, and now we're at where you were a scout for the NFL.
Nope, we missed a couple steps. So I came out of ODU 2012, then I went to UVA for 2 years, 2 seasons. And then that off season I spent, so that gets us to 2013, 2014. That off season I spent the whole summer with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then I left and went down to the University of Miami for a season. Left there, came back home to CNU, Christopher Newport, for 2 years. So
this is all the scouting jobs at all these places?
These are all coaching jobs.
Coaching jobs.
Yep. Came back to CNU as the running backs coach, receivers coach, and a quick stint as a recruiting coordinator. And then I left there and went to Virginia Tech to coach. Left there after a season, went down to the Saints, and the Saints was the official hire on the scouting side.
What's the reason for all the different moves, like going to so many different schools?
People don't understand there's no job stability in coaching. Wherever the opportunity comes, you might have to take it. It could be Idaho, and it's like if nobody else is calling your phone, you're packing your bags going to Idaho to coach. And if you're the head coach and you get let go and I'm on your staff, I get let go too.
Oh, wow.
So now it's like I'm unemployed and you're desperately looking for a job. So 2 things, either you get fired or you find new opportunities to take before you get fired.
Is it usually like 1-year contracts for coaches?
No, like a head coach will have multi-year unless you really stinking up the place, they're getting rid of you kind of quick. But for the lower coaches, that's year to year.
Okay, and what was that? So what was the official hired one? You said that last one on the list?
The New Orleans Saints.
So now you're at the Saints now.
Yep.
Coach at the Saints.
Scouting on the Saints.
Scouting at the Saints.
Yep.
How was that experience? How long were you there?
It was, how can I put this? I felt like they were envious to me having a coaching background because a lot of the guys on the scouting side are like analytical, and me being a coach, they can't really jump from the scouting side to the coaching side, but coaches knowing the game can come into their world of scouting. So I felt like I didn't get, a warm reception, but I made the best of it. I learned a lot, and I kept all the information. I still use it to this day.
What were some advantages you felt like you had as a scout being a coach before that?
Just knowing the X's and O's, like the actual play calling of what I'm watching. They might just look at, man, he's fast, man, he's tall, he got good hips, he can bend, he can, he's twitchy.
Bro got good hips is crazy.
I mean, I know what you're saying. But what's crazy is they call that the $1 million muscle. Like if you got good hips in football, you're probably gonna be pretty good. So like that's a trait that you always look for in a player, that he got good hips. So.
It just sounds crazy, bro.
Sounds weird, but yeah, he got good hips. So, fast feet, all that good stuff. Like for me, it made sense quicker versus a lot of times I think they were processing, what they were watching.
Do coaches maybe also have a deeper understanding of a player's mindset or who like that he is as a person or like certain traits he may have? Because I feel like coaching, maybe I'm wrong. I'm just kind of looking from outside looking in.
On.
Like a coach may have more one-on-one time and a personal connection with that player, so they understand them on a deeper level than just the analytics.
Yeah.
Where a scout might just know like the numbers.
I think that the perfect way to put it is a scout may go by the book and it says do A, B, and C, but you're somebody that's been in the field and you like, yo, forget the book right now. Like, yeah, but I don't want to hear none of that. Like, fuck all that. Excuse my language. So scouting may be traditionally step by step, this is what you're supposed to do, versus understanding as a coach, this is why this has happened, because I've been there before. I've been, in the fire. Like, I used to play quarterback. So when I talk to quarterbacks or talk to somebody grading a quarterback, I see it a little different, being that I've dropped back in the pocket before and had guys coming to take my head off, versus you just kind of watching it and, writing down what you read about, how to grade a QB. I think it's a big difference.
I guess what do scouts often miss then, without having that deeper understanding of a player? Like, what's a common thing they overlook, or
I think the two things you can't measure is, smarts and heart. I can look at a 40 time, I can look at a shuttle time, but I don't know how you really process things, and I don't know if you really built for the moment. So even on the coaching side, I'm around the players a lot more, so I kind of get a better feel, versus just me watching your tape 1,000 times. Some of those things, like in the heat of battle, you'll never get.
Do you see players that are like really good in like high school or maybe even college, that when they get to the NFL and they're in that, the crowd is there and the cameras are on, like, and they just can't handle that pressure?
Yeah, you see people lay an egg all the time. It's like the moment was too big for them.
Lay an egg?
Lay an egg.
Never heard that.
Never heard that phrase? Like, yo, he just laid an egg.
Was it like, I guess, like drop the ball?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know the origin, but that's a popular phrase in the sports world. Hey, you went out there and laid an egg. But it was like the moment was too big for him. And, the lights, the crowd, the pressure, you see people crumbling. Like, now you got me thinking about every phrase that I'm about to say. Like, choking is a real thing. And it's like,
no, yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah. Choking is a real thing. Like,
I haven't been on the field, like, in cameras and stuff, but I've definitely done, like, I used to make music and stuff, so I've done, like, live performances.
Okay.
And even when I just did I did a panel for Antidote Agency, like a creative panel, and entrepreneur panel, like a month or two ago. Even though I talk every week on camera and I talk to people and I'm cool with it, like, I don't really get nervous anymore. Yeah. But at that panel in front of, it was maybe like 50 people in the crowd. Yeah. My throat getting a little dry. I'm feeling a little nervous. Yeah. Yeah, it's a feat. Like, you gotta learn how to work around that.
And I think that, even with all the things you do on camera, nothing could really prepare you for that moment in that real time. If you do it again, you might get better, but like real time, real live performance, people watching, it's like, oh, like, and you would think somebody who's played a game, like, yo, you've been in moments like this before, but you
played football your whole life.
Yeah, like,
but not on this level.
Not on this level.
Yeah.
It is different. So yeah. I definitely can feel you on that.
Yeah, I feel like I've never even seen a video. I've never seen anybody talk about that. Like, a player's first game in the NFL or the first game in the NBA, like, yeah. And like,
a lot of things.
What was that like?
I think about times I get nervous, and a lot of people don't know I'm nervous. So when I watch people, I don't be thinking like, yo, he's nervous. But then sometimes I got to put myself in his shoes, like, yo, he might be trembling, in his boots right now.
Well, a lot of times you can't really tell if somebody's nervous. Yeah. Most of the time, like, some people might really start shaking, or like really other than that, visibly. Like, a lot of times it's all in your head though.
Like public speaking, a lot of people fear that.
Yeah.
And when I go listen to people, I never think, oh, he's nervous.
Yeah.
And he might be up there extremely nervous.
But then some people also say that nerves are good to a certain extent. Like, you always get nervous. Like, I've heard fighters talk about this. Like, even Mike Tyson is like, yeah, I'm kind of scared walking into that ring and I'm feeling nervous. But that is part of what I think gives you energy. Yeah. And like kind of overcoming that.
I think butterflies are natural.
Yeah.
Nervous and scared is two different things though. If you scared, this might not be for you.
Yeah. We're talking about Mike Tyson?
No, just in general. Yeah. Or if you're scared to get in the ring, this might not be for you. But.
Well, I think for Mike Tyson, if I remember correctly, he was saying, like, before he walks into the ring, he is feeling a little scared. But like, once he steps foot in the ring, he's like, I'm a god. It's like all disappears once he gets into the ring.
He said the word scared.
I think he did. I might be remembering wrong.
I can see nervous, like, but Mike, he biting people's heads off out there. He ain't
literally.
Scared. Yeah, he ain't scared of nobody. So that might have just been, a tactic to try to mess with his opponent. Like, yo, I'm scared. Like, ain't no way Mike
just to play weak.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd he say? Is this it? Is the quote? What does that say? Yes, Mike Tyson admitted he was often scared to death before fights, experiencing intense fear, nervousness, and even crying. Not from weakness, but as a natural response to the pressure and potential for harm. A feeling that transformed into supreme confidence and aggression once he entered the ring.
He the same guy that said, I want to eat his kids and bite, like...
He said, I'm gonna fuck you till you love me. Some shit. I'm like, damn, bro, pause. You in the ring pausing him and shit. I don't know, bro. Yeah, you got to overcome that. Great people, you find a way to overcome that, you know?
Yeah.
So you're at the Saints right now.
2018, I'm with the Saints.
At 2018, How long were you with them?
Just the season.
Just for that season?
Yep.
I guess what happened after that, and at this point in 2018, is City on My Chest a thing yet?
Yes, but it's not what we know it as today.
Because I know you eventually got a storefront at Patrick Henry Mall. Are you still there?
Nope.
You're not there anymore?
We left December of 24.
Okay. It's been a little while.
A year.
I haven't really been going to the mall like that, so I couldn't remember if it was still there.
Yeah.
So was City on My Chest a way to just kind of brand yourself? Like you already like have notoriety. People know you for everything else you're doing, but this is kind of to be able to brand yourself and have something you can do like as a standalone like entity.
That wasn't the idea. The idea was I made one T-shirt for me because I'm proud to be from Newport News. Everything after that was bonus. I honestly think that City on My Chest chose me versus me choosing City on My Chest because it kind of took on a life of its own. Like even without trying to promote it, my DMs was going crazy. Like, yo, I need a shirt. To the point I'm like, yo, if you're trying to make some money, you need to be able to, produce and make this happen.
And this is just for that one shirt. You had one design.
Just one design.
I'm from Newport News.
I'm so Newport News.
But
then I started doing other cities, and that's when it really exploded. Richmond, Norfolk, Virginia Beach. Like Facebook was like on 10. Like I couldn't even keep up with all the people saying, hey, can you make a...
What year was this?
This was... It started at UVA, but it gradually just kept growing. It started... I put them on some of the athletes at UVA, and they started posting. Then their families one, and then it would die down. And the next thing you know, we'd do it again, and it just kept going and going to the point that I felt strong enough to try to take a leap of faith and open up a store, because that was never the plan either.
So it kind of took off, I guess, because of the marketing you had behind it.
So I got let go from the Saints in 2018. I came back home. I'm sitting on my man's couch, just like this. He said, yo, what's up with the brand? And I'm like, what you mean? He was like, you back home. Let's go full time with it. And I said, you know what? You right. And we literally packed the trunk up and literally was driving all over the 7-5, delivering shirts. And I kind of just picked that momentum up.
When did it turn into opening a storefront at the mall? Was that the first storefront?
That was the first storefront. And right after COVID, everything shut down. We opened back up. I'm in the mall eating Chick-fil-A, and I'm sitting there, and the store was covered up because it was empty. It used to be a Verizon back in the day.
I remember. So this is like 2022?
This is 2020.
Okay.
We opened up November 14, 2020. So this is I had the conversation like that summer with mall management. And I was thinking about doing a kiosk. I'm like, hey, I want to be, somewhere more stable. Let's do a kiosk. I met with him. We talked about it. And then, like, the next day I came back to the mall and I'm eating and I'm like, yo, this old Verizon store, is it available? And he was like, yeah. I asked him how much. It was a little bit more, but I'm like, storefront, kiosk. I'm going to go storefront. I had no idea what I was going, like, no retail experience, no nothing. So I'm on YouTube, Googling every night, trying to figure out about contracts and, commercial real estate, and literally, took a leap of faith. Opening it up.
What was that price he gave you for the original rent there?
So I want to say the kiosk was $1,200 a month, and my store was $3,000 a month.
I feel like I'm assuming that their prices may have been lower right at COVID, because I feel like people weren't really outside like that, or was it still full price?
The same. And not only this, how corporate America, this how big business do you. There were people that was already locked into contracts with the mall pre-COVID, right? The mall shuts down for, how long did the world shut down?
At least a year.
About a year, right?
A little more, depending on where you lived at. If you were in like LA, they were shut down for like 3 years.
So let's just say a year, right? Patrick Henry shuts down for a year.
They didn't get anything prorated or some money back.
They wanted their normal rate each month for rent.
And no one was allowed to come in.
Nobody.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Mall doors are locked. I can't come in. And they still wanted their money.
$3,000 is a lot too. I remember speaking to one of the owners of the Chinese food places in the mall right there.
Yeah.
This was like 6-7 years ago, bro, and he told me he pays $10,000 a month there.
So this how it works.
I was like, how the fuck do you make money?
Facts. So you got different type of deals. So I was a year to year, and then you have long term contracts. So for me, I'm year to year, but if somebody wanted to come buy my store for a longer contract,
they were allowed to.
That's why a lot of stores move in the mall. If you ever noticed that, like T-Mania has been in like 10 different locations over the last couple of years. So if I come in and say, "Yo, I like this spot, I'm gonna pay $5 a month," you got to get out. You got 30 days to get out. So for those bigger companies like Foot Locker and Chick-fil-A, they're like stationary. So with that comes like Chick-fil-A, I think pays like $28,000 a month.
Bro, that's ridiculous.
I think Foot Locker pays $32,000 a month. And it's like,
I get like
a lot of stores don't make those big corporate ones don't make money. Like that actual store can lose money, but the brand of Foot Locker keeps them afloat, which is crazy. But it's like the whole time this store is in the hole, you're in the red.
That reminds me of, I feel like I've said this on the podcast before. I don't know if we checked it, but it's like Dollar Tree does something like that.
Yeah.
Like Dollar Tree as a business actually loses money every year, but they're able, like through money they made over time, they've invested into other things that makes them more money. So they're able to lose money every year, but still have the market cornered.
That's crazy. I could see, I don't understand the purpose of that. I could see if you were serving like the community, and it's like me serving the community, I'm losing money, but it serves a greater purpose. The world would be okay, no offense, if Dollar Tree, went away. So for them,
maybe not though. A lot of people can't afford Whole Foods.
But I'm just saying,
I'm
just saying, there's different family, not Dollar Tree. You got Family Dollar.
Yeah.
So the model is still around versus that actual entity is what I'm saying. But that's kind of crazy.
Well, so you mentioned the greater purpose. So what was your, I guess, greater purpose with City on My Chest?
I was just proud to be from where I was from, right? And I said, I'm going to make a brand for anybody who feels like me. I don't know if there's other people out there that rock with their city, but if you do, City on My Chest is your brand. And I said, I don't want to just be the coolest and the most stylish. I want to be 10 toes down in my, my community, going to schools and really helping. And I felt like when I took that approach and I really was going into, the elementary schools and doing pep rallies and giving out, free gear, it kind of put like a battery pack in the brand to the point that it was like I literally couldn't walk outside without somebody saying like, "Yo, you City on My Chest."
The community got behind
like
you.
They really got behind me. Even down to my grand opening. I don't know if I ever told this story before, but to open up my store, I had 20 bands, right? I had a loan for 10, and then I had 2 loans for 10, actually, to make the 20.
That's what you needed to get the rent going.
I didn't know what I needed. That's what I was going with, though. I got a 20-piece to get the build out and all that, merch. So with that 20 bands, I got down to probably a couple hundred, like the week of the grand opening. So everything looked the part, but I was nervous as shit. Like, damn, what if nobody shows up? Like, what's going to happen? Like, my whole life is on pause.
You put everything on the line.
Yes, everything, all in. We opened up November 14th for Saturday, 2020, like I said, and the line was wrapped, through the mall, around the corner, around that corner, out the door. And we ended up doing like 15 bands the first day. And like, I would have never imagined that. Like, that was not the plan. But I'm seeing my old teachers, I'm seeing my old friends, I'm seeing pastors, I'm seeing people that I've connected with throughout the years coming to support. And I feel like that's what it's about, right? Because you can't survive without your community. You can't survive without people. I don't care what you're doing. We need people to get where we need to go. And I think a lot of times we say, like, I'm going to lock in, but I'm like, you can lock in all you want. If you're not helping people and building a community in whatever path you in, it ain't going to work. So I was proud. I was a very proud moment for me.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I do think that basing your brand or your company around helping others, ultimately that will help you too.
Yeah.
They say like helping people is kind of selfish because it makes you feel good and it actually does help you. You know what I mean? but it is hard to sustain that. Like, so you sell 15 grand that first day, but
I shot
2 years later you shut down.
Never shut down.
Or like in the malls, it's not there anymore.
Well, 4 years.
4 years, sorry.
And then paying $200,000 in rent. I decided
$200,000?
Close to it.
A year?
No, total.
Okay. Just like everything you pay till then.
Everything, around right under 200. Payroll, all that stuff.
So it just wasn't worth it to have a storefront anymore, a physical storefront.
It was not at all. Let's go online. And out the garage, still booming. So,
I mean, also,
and I hate to say it, people, we just had a murder in the mall. It's not what it used to be.
Yeah, you say that. I was actually going to bring this up. It's kind of crazy to bring it up right now because we did just have a shooting in the mall. But the mayor of Newport News has been posting how the crime and murder and stuff like that is like going down a lot in the past few years. I think they said it was down like by 46%. Maybe Google that. Type in Newport News mayor on crime rate going down or something like that. Everybody used to call Newport News bad news. Mm-hmm. Like this, 7-8 years ago, we started changing the narrative. We call it good news now.
Yeah. I used to have I still do technically have bad news T-shirts, and some people would give me like a hard time about it. But
with
it was
a Z on it?
Yeah, of course, with a Z. Yeah. But it's a top seller. Like people, connect with
some good news ones, man.
Yeah, I'm with that.
With the S.
I'm with that. But for me, it was more culturally versus the actual phrase bad news. But I get it,
And I wasn't trying to shit on your brand at all by saying, like, you guys shut down. I just realized how that sounded. Like, y'all shut down.
No. It's cool because people say, people like, yo, you closed. And I'm like, no, we really just transitioned.
But the transition you made, it seems like it makes sense for you, and it probably frees up a lot of resources that you're putting into the location, and you can do other things with it now, right?
I think that at all times I had to have probably like 30 grand of inventory just in the back to keep a store full. Like, you spend so much money, payroll, just the rent. I'm like, I cut 80% of that by transition just going online, and we shipping, worldwide through Shopify. So.
And also the reasoning behind paying all that money for rent at the mall is because there's a lot of foot traffic.
Yeah, and the visibility.
But in recent years, it's not as much foot traffic. I will say our mall in Newport News, I feel like is doing better than other cities' malls out here. Like every time, like MacArthur's about to shut down. Every time I go to MacArthur, it's dead.
Yeah.
Every time I go to Patrick Henry, it's a decent amount of people. Yeah. It's not dead.
So one thing about that, so we had the store in the food court, and then they moved us around the corner beside Macy's.
Okay.
So now it's a burger spot now. So basically that burger spot came in and said they bought us and Subway and was like, we're going to combine this to make one big burger spot. So the mall was like, yo, you got to move. So even though foot traffic was dying down, they put us in a corner where it was super dead. So after that last year, I'm like, it really don't serve the purpose. And I came in with a 5-year plan anyway and did 4. So when it was time to go, I said, yo, let's pack this thing up and go online. So,
what does it say? Newport News Mayor Philip Jones highlights significant decreases in violent crime, noting 2025 saw the lowest homicides in over a decade, 18 total, down from 23 in 2024 and 47 in 2023. Crediting a mix of data-driven policing, community engagement, and unified city efforts, exceeding their 18-month goal to cut gun violence by 15% with a 47% reduction by late 2025. The city is launching its Momentum for Peace plan to sustain these gains, emphasizing collaboration between law enforcement, city agencies, and residents, even as concerns about teen violence persist. It's definitely down.
It is.
I don't know. I think a lot of this thing is like it's up to... I mean, yeah, it seems like a lot of these crimes, it'd be kids.
Yeah.
It's like, so, I don't know, maybe, I'm trying to think back to when I was in high school and we always had shootings and stuff, but like, I don't think it was as big a trend it is right now.
I'm not going to say it's the cool thing to do, but it's definitely trendy. And to the point that I think we're getting numb to it because it happens so often.
Yeah.
Versus, when I'm in high school, if a shooting popped off, it really shook you up some. Now it's kind of like, we keep it moving, back to work.
Like the guy you just mentioned at the mall, there's a whole video of it. Dude walked down on the guy and shot him. Was it in the food court?
No, I want to say...
Somewhere in the mall.
Yeah.
Somewhere inside the mall. I'm like, bro, what is going on here? And like, bro just didn't care.
Didn't care. Stood there. He said, I don't even want to get into it, but that's what we living in. That's society right now. And it's like,
do you think about that? What are some reasons that this kind of stuff could be growing or like happening more often?
Before we move on, the mayor just posted a video a few days ago wearing "City on my chest," a custom shirt I made for him as well. So.
Can we see that? It's on his page?
Yeah, it's on his
Let's
IG.
See that. He was actually supposed to come on the podcast. I was talking to his team for like a year.
Yeah.
And he said he would love to do it because I met him at the post office on some random shit one time. Remember when the teacher got shot by the student, by the 6-year-old?
It's a skate park video.
The teacher got... If somebody's watching this and you don't know, there was a teacher that got shot by a 6-year-old in elementary school here in Newport News. And this was like the first week that Philip Jones became mayor. So this was like his first important thing he did as mayor. And like he was on the news talking about that. And like the day I saw him on the news, and then the day after that I went to the post office and I saw him there. I was like, yo, aren't you the mayor? He was like, yeah. I was like, bro, would love to have you on my podcast. So this was like 2-3 years ago. Then I spent like the next like 3 years trying to get in contact with him and get him on the pod.
Yeah.
He said he was down. I was talking to like 4 different people from his team like over the course of a year. And now it's like, I don't think it's going to happen. So I don't know what's going on, but I would love to sit down with him.
He's super down to earth. Younger guy. So I feel like if he said he would, his intentions was he was going to come on.
I think so. I think it's just, and you know what it is too? I really think that is because we used to be sponsored by a weed company.
Okay.
We're not anymore. We're now sponsored by Custom Empire in Hampton, Tire and Rims. Shout out to them.
Shout out.
So I think his team might have saw our weed sponsor in our bio, and they were like, maybe not.
Might not be the best look.
Might not be a good look.
Yeah,
is that the shirt right there?
No, that's the owners of this skate park.
Let's see this custom shirt.
On his thumbnail, he got it on, but I think at the end.
Oh, where it says mayor?
Yeah, mayor with the C.
Oh, that's the shirt?
Film, yeah.
Come on.
And I mean, to be honest, like for anybody trying to make a brand, like you have to really have value. So my value was, I'm not going to sell just my brand to you. I'm going to sell a piece of you back to you.
What do you mean by that?
So for me, all I'm really doing is I'm branding my Newport News shirt with my logo. A lot of people don't even care about my logo. They just want to rep Newport News. So for him, he's the mayor. He wanted a custom shirt. So he probably would have wore a shirt regardless that had mayor across. I happened to kind of just sneak my branding in like, hey, I can make whatever you want to make by putting my logo up there. And it's kind of like a win-win.
So it's kind of like a custom shirt, custom branded shirt.
Custom branded shirt. But at the same time, my brand awareness went through the roof because I was making everything for, my audience, whatever you needed. I just happened to put, my logo up there. So it was almost like I started off as like a custom T-shirt printing shop. But I was branding it versus like if you go into T-Mobile, they'll make what you want, but it's nothing on the shirt that says T-Mobile. I mean,
T-Mania.
T-Mania. My girl just left T-Mobile today. She got a new iPhone. That's why T-Mobile's on my mind.
Shout out to T-Mania. I know some of them guys, but I go to Thread Impressions.
Yep.
It's like 2 doors down. Yep. That lady Lena.
Yep.
She's really cool.
Artie.
I was just in there like last week because did you see the whole Feather and Finn song that Kyrie and Stu Money dropped? So Feather and Finn got shut down.
I saw that.
In Norfolk, one of them. Kyrie 3600 was like, he just happened to pull up to Feather and Finn that day. The news was out there covering it.
Oh, wow.
And like, there was this whole joke going around because they like mistakenly said that he was a supervisor. He's a rapper in the city. They're like, we're here with the supervisor to give some thoughts on the shutdown.
Yeah.
He's just talking to shit. Sorry, but that's it right here. He went viral for this. And props to him because he took full advantage of his viral moment. He ended up making a song like 2 days later called Feather and Finn.
Okay.
Featuring Stu Money. They shot the video. I'm in it eating chicken. Like I'm next to this girl. She's shaking her ass. I'm like chicken.
I saw that. Yeah,
fire.
I saw that.
Great time. I was drunk by the time I left that video shoot.
Even better.
Even better. But like honestly, I forgot where I was going with that. So I made a shirt. I made a shirt for the video shoot. Like the forecast, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like the weather forecast.
Yeah.
I made one of those, but it was just chicken every day. So I'm like, we getting chicken every day. Like we getting chicken all week. So I went to make the shirt with Lena, and I made this video with her, and she had me weak. Yo, I've actually known her since I was in high school because she used to own the cookie spot.
Yeah,
like,
she just let that go recently. I spent a lot of money with Lena. I mean, a lot of money.
She's a cool girl.
Yeah,
she's a cool lady. Her husband got caught in India for like 2 years during COVID.
Artie.
Artie? I never knew his name.
Yeah, like the 2 letters RD is his name.
RD. Yeah. That's funny. Shout out to these guys. So at this point, you leave St. Louis. You really go all into the brand.
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
You had me thinking, I was like, St. Louis.
Yes, it's the Saints. New Orleans Saints.
Yep.
And you start the brand. You get the physical location. You sell 15,000 the first day. You go through that whole course. You 4 years. Like, also, when you started, it was probably not an easy time because it's like right at COVID.
Absolutely.
It was not a great time to like start a storefront.
Yeah. I will say though, when they gave us those stimulus checks, my people did not spend the money where they should have because they was coming to City on my chest running it up. That was a good time.
That's exactly where they should have came.
Yeah. Truth be told, yes, but I'm like, yo, like, y'all up right now, go get, you know what I mean? But
bro, people were spending money during those times.
Man, what?
Everybody had everybody had the new shoes. Yeah. Everybody's views on their stuff was going crazy because like everybody was in the house, so like social media and online content had a major uptick.
Yeah.
A lot of people started podcasts at that time, which kind of like fell off after that because the views started getting lower. So, well, I guess going from there, you close down the physical location. Mm-hmm. Maybe tell us a bit about just kind of turning towards the online route, and is that, what happened from there?
So going online was I wanted to be able to be, you know, more mobile. That storefront, you locked in. You know, yeah, I had team members, but it requires a lot. So once I got, you know, transitioned online, my freedom, my life opened back up. So I started doing more back on the football side. My dad was still coaching. I was helping him at Denby High School. I was able to be a creator, you know, travel and do things, certain events. I always went on the road as a public speaker. I was getting booked for that. So for me, it was kind of like life is great because now I'm able to still, you know, make money off the brand, but I'm not tied to just being in the store, you know, from sun up to sundown and focusing on it. And I gave it, you know, people don't realize when you lock in on something, like it was sitting on my chest for probably like a 6-year run of just hard every day, just brand.
Well, I understand that. And we're about 6 years in right now.
Facts. And like, you know, I wouldn't change it for the world. You know, humbly speaking, like when we talk sales, like we've made M's. Like not too many people can say that. And I'm like, yo, this all came from an idea that was in my head just from me being proud of where I come from and wanting to give back to my people. So, you know, I would never change it. If I could go back, I would always do it. And I think I got out at the right time. Because truth be told, like you said, I go to the mall now. I'm like, yo, the foot traffic is super slow. And they still have, like, on holidays, you can be a vendor of pop-up tables that we still do pop-ups and things like that. But for me, it's just now getting into my new purpose. I'm a dad now. So the last thing I wanted was my son not to know me because I'm always chasing something else. So I'm super present. And now as a analyst, I can travel. I just got back from Miami. I was down there at the Nike camp for Friday and Saturday. They had a 2-day camp.
How was that?
It was cool. Super talented kids. I mean, I thought I was nice coming out of high school, which I was. You know, I was nationally ranked. But these kids are throwing it like they got robotic arms now. Like, it's kind of crazy to see these kids.
So, well, I guess you said now you are you an analyst for Sports Illustrated now?
Yes.
That's your actual job right now?
Yep.
So, how did you get into that? This is after the store shut down.
Yeah, so this is recent. This is very recent. So the store shuts down. I don't like saying shut down. Transition online. Transition online. Because people are like, yo, you shut down.
You fell off.
Yeah, and it's like,
Tommy, you fell off.
And what's crazy is like, yo, like, the City on my chest will always be a win because it was never supposed to be none of this. You know, I literally still got that first T-shirt that I made. And if you would say, yo, Tommy, you gonna run this up a couple M's in sales, it's like, what? Like, really? So, but so that was 2020 to 2024. And then I go I'm helping my dad out coaching.
At Denby.
And then that goes up until Mike gets the job at Norfolk State. And I go on and help him. But the whole time it's like, I'm here to help, but I foresee my future getting back to being more creative and being more open. So as I transition, starting to get to the end of the season, I'm starting to just reach out to outlets. So the same way I kind of got on, you know, when I got on with the Saints, I didn't really know anybody. I sent 1 billion emails out, and they finally responded, and that's how I got on. So I took that method. I want to get more into analytics, evaluations, media. I'm emailing every platform I can think of on social media.
But also, this isn't like when you first started, you actually have experience under your belt now.
Yeah.
That you could put that on that application or
the resume look a little different. Yeah,
the resume's a little different.
And you meet some people who will say you ain't got no media experience, but I think that I was betting on myself that somebody would value my football knowledge of the last 10 years coaching. So I sent it. Sports Illustrated was one of them. I'm like, hey, I'm Tommy Reamon. I've done this, that, and the third. I've scouted in the league. I've coached at Virginia Tech. Blah, blah, blah. And then somebody hit me back saying, hey, you want to jump on a call and talk about a possible, opening that we have? And I'm like, oh, shit.
So what does your day-to-day look like at being a National Recruiting Analyst for Sports Illustrated?
I can do it from my couch. That's the beauty of it. But I cover football nationally. So events like down in Miami, the Nike camp, things like that, that's where I really want. I cover local too. Like I always love the crib. Peninsula District always gonna be home.
So what will you cover high school through NFL or
just high school?
Oh, just high school.
Just high school.
Okay.
For SI, like on my own, I love college. I love the NFL. But for SI, I'm just high school.
Bro, that's Sports Illustrated for y'all that don't know. SI. Okay.
Come on now. You ain't never seen a Sports Illustrated tee. You might have back in the day, retro.
I've never seen anybody even being in an interview from Sports Illustrated. I don't know any personal connection with anybody from Sports Illustrated.
Okay. I'm the first.
For me, yes.
For you. Pause.
Pause.
But nah, so it allows me to kind of,
you cover the whole country.
Yeah. But it's no real specifics on an area that I got to make sure I focus on. So whatever's, popping, whatever's hot, I try to find my way to make my way to that.
Well, I guess that's also a really important position for these leagues because that's the future.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, these leagues want to last forever.
Yep.
And, like, they have players now. I mean, what's the average length of a player's career in NFL?
3 years.
3 years.
Yep.
So the kids the people you're analyzing right now, that's the future of the game.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they place a lot of importance on who they put in those positions.
People don't realize that a senior in high school in 3 years could be in the NFL. That's not a long time. So when we get the ranking and grading, people are paying a lot of attention to that because it's like, who's up next? It's a lot of flack going for Fernando, the quarterback for Indiana. He was like a 2-star coming out of high school, wanted to go to Miami. He's from Miami. They passed on him. And now he just won the national championship, beating Miami in Miami. Like, that's like a movie type.
Is that like his, like, how good he is, like 1 star to 5
so
star?
5-star is the highest.
Okay.
And, a lot of kids not even ranked. But, a lot of kids on the national scene get ranked, and he was a 2-star. So he was like, yo, I was a 2-star. Nobody wanted me. And here I am. He won the Heisman this year, which is the ultimate award for college football. And he just beat Miami in Miami. He wanted to go to Miami. And people was like, how was he a 2-star? And a lot of people, I think that naturally at that time, he was a 2-star. He just had to develop, and he kept getting better. But people pay attention to that because now with NIL, if you're ranked higher in high school, you're probably going to get a bag when it's time to go to college. If you have a 5-star ranking, that's leverage. A college coach comes to your doorstep, you probably can name your price on how much money you want because you are a 5-star. So now you got parents even trying to pay for rankings now to get their kid. It's crazy.
Didn't they pass a law that college players are allowed to get paid now?
Yeah.
Because I know for the longest time they had like a block on that. Like they weren't allowed to receive any money, which I always thought was crazy.
Yeah.
Being on TV and everybody else is making money.
Everybody's making money but you.
That makes no sense.
So that's what NIL is. Name, image, and likeness allows players to get paid.
Is there a cap on that? Or
Nah. They're trying to figure that out because now you got, the quarterback in Michigan, he got a $10 million deal. And it's like, without even stepping college.
You ain't even got to go to the NFL after that.
Why would you? Yeah.
I'm hoping that these college players are saving money because they're like in college. You don't have to get a house and like have a family and all that. Yeah?
10 years from now, 15 years from now, it's going to be a freaking Netflix story about the NIL boom and how people were not saving their money, not paying taxes. And
I mean, you hear that with a lot of athletes. They make millions, sometimes hundreds of millions of dollars, and like a lot of them go broke.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. I watched, it's a story with Sebastian Telfair. He's kind of explaining that. Like, yo, I had all these M's now, and I'm literally back in the projects. And I'm just like, God.
Nobody told you to put $1 million in your saving account, at least? Like, you could put it in your savings and live off of that.
I see both sides, though, because...
I mean, you're a young guy. You want to have fun. But if you got $100 million, put $1 million in the cut, bro.
It makes sense, but I guess... you know, a lot of kids come from nothing, and it's like
I get it.
Financial literacy is not anything they trying to learn either. They like, oh, this money gonna keep going. And I like, even with my success with sitting on my chest, you start making bread and you think it's gonna stay like that forever. And it's like the second it slows down, you done created this lifestyle that bankroll that you got right now can't keep up with it. And it's only a matter of time before, you know, it crashes and burns. So it sucks.
Also, before I forget, I wanted to ask you, I have like 2 more questions for you. One is so you have a show you do, Reamon Report.
Reamon Report.
Where you analyze different high schools, right, on there, on social media. People can find that. We'll have that in the description. But in the bio on there, you said you help families navigate CFB. What is that?
College football.
Okay.
College football.
And really my last question is, so you said when Mike Vick went to NSU, you helped him out.
Yep.
What was your role there? What has it been like seeing Mike Vick step into that role? Like, what effect has it had on the players? Like, what's been your experience like with that? Yeah,
so my title was Director of Scouting, and Mike is a hometown hero. So to have him back home coaching, granted he's from Newport News, but, you know, as the 757 as a whole, we call this the crib. So to have him back home and kind of be somebody who's made it to the ultimate level, learned from his mistakes, you know, got it back, you know, balled out again. I mean, it's like, how are you not motivated to play for this man? And he's super down to earth. When you meet him, you know, it's like me and you talking right now. It feels like one of your boys, but he also commands that respect. And I think that, you know, not just nationally, worldwide, you know, when you look at the brand of Mike Vick, you know, you kind of got to respect it because this is somebody who lost it all, got it back, and now he's in a role to help young men chase that same dream. So, you know, he's been learning on the fly because coaching is a hard job. It's a reason why coaches get paid so much money. I think, you know, the coach from Indiana is about to break a new record and get like a contract that's like out of this world. And it's like, it's a reason why, because it commands so much and it's not hard. I mean, it's not easy to do and it's hard. So for him to step into this role, first time head coach back home, pressure on, and to have a rocky season, but still standing strong, you know, still walking with his head high and still respected by the community, I think it's a win-win.
Yeah, I seen you went with him to like Good Morning America and ESPN when he did the whole like promo run talking about HBCUs, which I didn't even know NSU was a HBCU.
Yeah, so we got Norfolk, Hampton, Virginia State, Virginia Union.
There's all the HBCUs in Virginia.
HBCUs in Virginia.
There, do we have more than average like other states? Do we have a lot of HBCUs here?
I mean, North Carolina has a bunch.
Okay,
but a lot of states, some states don't have any. So it all depends on the, you know, geography of where you at in the country. But we do have a good amount, you know. Virginia is, I think, respected highly in the HBCU world.
Come on. Mr. Reamon,
yes,
Tommy, thank you. Is there anything else you want to touch on? Anything else you want to leave the people with?
Nah, I'm just here sharing my space with Off-World.
Thank you for being here.
This is dope.
We appreciate it. Had fun. We'll put all his links in the description, so you guys check out his Reamon Report, everything else he got going on. I'll put the City on My Chest website down there.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Absolutely. It's an honor.
Come on.